Good morning, Space Watchers here from Paris. We are at the 7th Summit for Space Sustainability, organized by Secure World Foundation, CNES and the French government. And we are in their very, very cool location here in Paris. And with me here from Paris is, again, Dasha Filichkina of AstroAgency. And after a great collaboration in Manchester at the UK Space Conference, we said, hey, why don't we continue that? So, Dasha, how are you doing today?
Hello, hi Torsten, good morning. Thanks a lot for inviting me back. It feels like Manchester was 5 minutes ago, doesn't it?
Absolutely. So what happened since Manchester in your life? I mean, it's now, 3 months ago?
Yeah, well, lots of changes as usual with personal life, company life and industry as well. I'm very excited to be here at the Sustainability Summit because it's the first one since the launch of the EU Space Act. So I think it will be fascinating to see how it was interpreted and what we could learn from it and how it shapes the industry going forward. Also, I have been at a fantastic presentation of a handbook for the new actors in space by Secure World Foundation as well earlier this year in August. Even though the handbook was released a bit earlier, still it felt like a big event and a big presentation because the audience had all the good interest. So yeah, lots of changes geopolitically, so we see how it all translates into the event today.
Wonderful. So what do you expect from this event the next 2 days?
To be honest with you, I just expect good, honest conversations about what is good about space sustainability, but also about things where we might be a little bit stuck. So the audience is very diverse. The group of speakers, the group of presenters is a very good, rich mix. So I think that we're going to get a good mix of perspectives. We have lots of panels, keynotes. I'm looking forward to fireside chats as well, because one of them brings together CEOs. It will be Spire and Eutelsat, and another one is with director of UNUSA. So I'm very keen to hear both perspectives.
So why don't we ask one of the organizers about the conference? I would like to ask Crystal Eselton, one of the directors of the Secure World Foundation and the brain behind this event. So, how are you doing today?
Well, besides being exhausted, I'm doing great. Everyone is streaming in the doors. We are so excited to kick off our session shortly. We're delighted to be welcoming 2 of France's brand new ministers from just being appointed last week. One will be opening and one will be closing for us today. And so we think that's going to be a great way to start the event. Cool.
So what is the theme this year? Under what umbrella did you put it?
Well, as you know, last year we were in Japan. We wanted to talk about Asia-Pacific perspectives.
I heard about that.
Exactly. This year we very intentionally came to Europe. What we really wanted to do was say, hey, Europe is taking on a lot right now. The world is changing. Geopolitics are changing. And in terms of to make advancements for space sustainability, it's really going to depend on what's happening here across the continent. And so we wanted to come here, and Paris couldn't be a better place. We're partnered with CNES and the French government as our co-host to really, as you were exactly saying, dive into all of these different initiatives. This is an informed audience, so our speakers know to really, we want the analysis, we want the thoughts, we want the subtle questions, and that's what we're hoping to look at.
Oh, don't poke us for the question. So what can we expect from this event here? So you talked about the ministers in the lineup. Dasha already mentioned a few of the keynote speakers or people in the fireside chat. So again, what can we expect? What is the outcome? Is there a communique, what you're preparing, or?
So we don't usually do a communique. We will do a report, but what I would actually highlight is one of my favorite themes. So our opening panel today is going to be on space sustainability, what I call the subsector, right? I want to flip this question on its head. It's not just about, do you have a business plan? I want to say, okay, what technologies are truly needed in order to make advancements on space technology? What's on the critical path? And so we have some really great speakers who are going to lay out what they think that is. And then tomorrow, we're going to dive into, okay, are we on that critical path? Are we moving in the right direction? Are the partnerships, is everything in place to make that happen? And that's really going to be a reoccurring theme throughout all of our different panels and presentations. And so that's one area where I'd say keep your eyes open. I think we might hear some really interesting things.
Absolutely. I had the pleasure to attend a number of sustainability events over the last week, so ITU and you and OSA, your event. So question is, so space sustainability overrated at the moment?
You know, it's true. I think we got to the point where everyone said we know what space sustainability is. We know it's important. We got other things to worry about. But the reality is it's absolutely critical. We need a safe, secure, peaceful, sustainable space environment for all of the benefits that we expect. And that can mean a lot of things. I get asked a lot, you know, what is the answer? How do we do space sustainability? And look, I've been like, it's all of the things. It's not one answer. It's more research in some areas. You're going to hear about that today when we talk about atmospheric effects. It's more regulation. You're going to hear about that when we talk about the efforts at ESA and the EU and throughout other places. But it's also commercial best practice. Right? So I don't think it's dead. I think it's evolving into the practical questions of what we actually need to do.
Now I bumped all my questions on you. Dasha, do you have more questions for Crystal, or we let her off the hook and do what organizers have to do just before the opening?
No questions at this point. Very well organized agenda. It's a very good balance. So I'm looking forward for the day.
Well, thank you to both of you. I would also say keep your eyes peeled on our session tomorrow morning. We do have a big announcement. If you're a fan of this event, we will be letting you know where next year is going to be. So keep your eyes open.
And there is a morning show tomorrow morning as well. So maybe we get some insights before the opening. Thank you very much. Good luck for the start, and we will see you then on stage in a second. So, Dasha, over to you. So, what are your thoughts on space sustainability in general?
Well, it's a good question you're asking about it being overrated or maybe the term being overused. But, you know, I think that actually this is a good sign. This is a sign of a progress because repetition is a part of a normalizing behavior, and we all want sustainability to be embedded into our lives as much as we can get it. So I think it's a very good sign of a progress. The challenge is to have substance behind those words, as Crystal was saying. So she's doing, and Secure World Foundation are doing an amazing job in finding the substance and getting the answers for all these questions. But also, I just wanted to say that as communicators, it is very important that we are following this topic closely. And I'm also looking forward, in particular, for the session about orbital impact of space activity, because the science is in very early days on this subject, and these are exactly the questions that we're getting from wider audiences as people who communicate the space industry. So yeah, very excited to be here and very excited to get lots of answers to the questions today. What about you?
I think I'm just overwhelmed. I saw the agenda. I said, wow, they are very interesting topics I haven't thought of. Again, atmospheric impact is one of the key things. And again, how to bring this entire environment of space sustainability directions together, because everyone has its own definition of it. Everyone wants to do its own part. Again, ITU, you and OSA, now here at a Secure World Foundation as a think tank, the governments. I mean, we are while we were recording that, the ESA Council is going on here a few blocks from us, where ESA also has a strong emphasis on sustainability with a zero debris charter and so on and so forth. But it's not the end. And so I'm excited what will come. I'm very excited to learn from here, and then of course provide a number of more interviews for you guys, and just enjoy my time, our time here in Paris. So, do you have anything else on your
on my
chart?
agenda? No, just
good.
being attentive and get the day started.
But we made it. So thank you very much. We will see you tomorrow. And with that, SpaceWatch out here from Paris.